Hello everyone, in this live session I'm going to be talking about Pythagorean Theorem and I'll solve a few questions. So let's go ahead and start with the definition. In a right triangle, if the side opposite to 90 degrees is C and the other two sides, we call them legs, A and B, so C is also called hypotenuse, then A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Okay, so we're going to be always using this formula. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared is the theorem when the side opposite to 90 is C and the legs are A and B. So in this example, as you can see, we have a question mark here. We're going to try to find the side length, the question mark, this one. We also have 5 and 7 here. So let's go ahead and write our formula or the equation or the theorem. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So we have to identify A, B, and C here. So remember, the side opposite to 90 is always C. So this side is C. And the other two sides are A and B. So it doesn't matter which one A, which one B, it doesn't matter. So let's say this is A and this is B. So since A is 5, it's going to be 5 squared plus B is 7. 7 squared is equal to C is the question mark. So it's still C squared. So 5 squared is 25 plus 7 squared is 49 is equal to C squared. So what is 25 plus 49? So 49, 59, 69, 74 is equal to C squared. Then C equals, take the square root of both sides. C equals square root of 74. So can I simplify this? I know 74 is 2 times 37. And 37 is a prime number, so we cannot simplify this. It's square root of 74. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this problem. So as you already know, A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. So what are A, B, and C? We have to find that. So we have to identify A, B, and C. And always the side opposite to 90 is C, okay? So the side opposite to 90 in this case is 5, which is hypotenuse. So a common mistake here is, I see a lot of students are doing 2 squared plus 5 squared is equal to x squared, which is totally incorrect. Remember, the side opposite to 90 is C. And the other two are A, B. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. So A is 2, so this is 2 squared plus B is x. X squared is equal to C is 5. 5 squared. So then 2 squared is 4 plus x squared is equal to 5 squared is 25. So then we can subtract 4 from both sides. So we got x squared equals 21. Then x equals square root of 21. This is the answer to this question. So we have some special triangles. For example, we have 3, 4, 5. When the legs are 3 and 4, so the hypotenuse is 5, you don't have to calculate that. If you do 3 squared plus 4 squared, you'll see that it's actually equal to 5 squared. We also have 5, 12, 13. So whenever you see 5, 12, then the hypotenuse is going to be 13. Or if you see 5, 13, then one of the legs will be 12. 8, 15, 17, and 7, 24, 25. These are some special triangles. So these are going to help us solve the questions faster. What I want to also add is that, for example, when we have 3, 4, 5, we can also get more special triangles here. If you multiply if you multiply all sides by 2, you'll get 6, 8, 10. This is another special triangle. So whenever you see 6, 8, the hypotenuse is going to be 10. You don't have to calculate. Or you multiply the sides by 3. So you get 9, 12, and 15. You multiply the sides by 4. So you get 12, 16, and 20. And so on. Okay? So here, for example, you can multiply 5, 12, and 13. All of them by the same number, which is, let's say, you multiply by 2. You get 10, 24, 26. Another special triangle. So you can just multiply the sides by the same number, okay? Basically, it's called enlarging. They are similar triangles. So let's go ahead and solve this problem. Here we have a right triangle, 5a and x. Since this is 90 degrees, this is also 90 degrees because 180 minus 90 is 90. We actually have two right triangles, so now we can use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so remember we have like 9 and 15 here. Okay, so remember, let's go ahead and look at this one. 9, 12, 15 is a special triangle. If 15 is hypotenuse and one of the legs is 9, the other have to be 12. So A has to be 12, okay? Or what you can also do is you can do 9 squared plus A squared is equal to 15 squared. And then you can do the algebra. 81 plus A squared is 225. And then you subtract 81 from both sides. A squared, you're going to get 144. Then you'll get A equals 12, okay? And now we have another right triangle, which is 5, 12. 5, 12, what is the third one? 5, 12, 13, okay? So x is 13 because 5, 12 and 13 is a special triangle. So, I mean, you can calculate, but it's going to be 13, okay? All right. So a challenge question. So we have two right triangles, 7, 25. We need to find this side. And then we have another triangle. So we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem twice. But we are going to get help from the special triangles. 7, 24, 25 is one of the special triangles. The side opposite to 90 is 25. All right. So one of the legs is 7. So the other has to be 24. So this is 24. Okay. Okay, so now we have x, x, and 24. Actually, this was the original question was like this. So it's just x, and these two are isosceles. We didn't have x here, but since it's an isosceles triangle, the other has to be x as well. So how do I find x here? So in this right triangle, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. It's the first thing we have to write. When you see a right triangle in the sides and there is a missing side, saying you write this. And then you identify a, b, and c. So the side opposite to 90 is always c. Always find, always just identify that first. And c is 24, so it's 24 squared. A and b are the other two legs are x's. So this is x squared plus b is also x, so x squared. So what is x squared plus x squared? X squared plus x squared is equal to 2x squared is equal to 2x squared. So 24 squared. So 24 times 24, 576. If you multiply 24 by 24, you are going to get 576. And I have to divide both sides by 2. These two will be canceled out. So x squared is equal to 576 divided by 2, which is 288. And then I have to take the square root of both sides. So x equals square root of 288. And I know that 288 is actually, if you divide 288 by 2, you're going to get 144. So that's square root of 144 times 2. And x equals square root of 144. I know that 12 squared is 144. So that means square root of 144 is just 2. I'm sorry, 12. So 12 root 2. We cannot simplify root 2. It's going to stay inside the radical sign. But we can take 144 out. So it's going to be 12 square root of 2 equals x is the answer. So x equals 12 square root of 2.